What is going on, guys? In today's video we are checking out Whiteout Survival and we will see if this game is worth playing in 2025. So at the start we will look into the game itself, then we will go over the city building and the resource management aspect, then also how does the combat and exploration look and feel like, and then finally we will go over the multiplayer aspects like the alliances, PvP fighting, special events, monetization, and my final conclusion. So if you want to download this game, then check my link in the description, and if this sounds interesting to you, then let's get right into it. So, Whiteout Survival will drop you straight into the frozen aftermath of a sudden ice age, where humanity's last people will try to survive, but that is very challenging because of the dwindling resources and ever-worsening weather. In 2025, developers have refined and expanded the core survival strategy mechanic by delivering an experience that balances not only resource management, emergent storytelling, and high-stakes decision-making, but also improving the strategy part of the game. Overall, your primary objective in Whiteout Survival is to lead your community from the brink of the annihilation to a thriving society. This game is also split into seasons, and by having an in-depth dynamic events, faction rivalries, and layered development tree, they've made that no two seasons will feel the same. One of my favorite parts about this game is the randomly triggered story event. For example, you will encounter a mysterious sickness going through the camp, or rumors of a hidden geothermal spring. I personally love storytelling in games, and these add narrative depth and give you purpose to your every strategic decision. As most players, your long-term account progress will unlock persistent bonuses, such as faster building speeds or the extra expedition slots, and I've noticed that the system rewards dedicated players across multiple playthroughs. Next up, let's take a look at the city building and the resource management. Like in most strategic games, you will have to build and upgrade your city to progress, and there are many unique buildings, resources, and ways to achieve this. One of these are the shelters and the housing. So building huts will protect your survivors from the sub-zero temperatures, but as population swells, you will want to upgrade them even further, to insulated dormitories and eventually to a communal heating hall. Also, you will want to place them optimally, so I recommend to put them near the power plant, yet far away from the heavy traffic, which will minimize the warning cost and prevent overcrowding. Next we have workshops, factories, and the research lab. So workshops will handle the low-tier production like the boots, insulated jackets, and more, while factories deliver things made out of metal, fuel cells, and the generator parts. The research lab will unlock advanced structures like the geothermal reactors and the AI-managed greenhouses, which later in the game will demand rare crystal shards or the reactor cores. A smart city design will also play a big role, so you will want to divide it into zones like industrial, residential, and the agricultural, and this will reduce your logistic overhead. You also want to use roads and the conveyor belts to link resource nodes, and position medical tents centrally to shorten evacuations during radiation surges or the epidemic outbreaks. Then as far as resources go, for food production, just beyond hunting wolves and sending out your army together, in the mid-game you will be able to unlock the hydroponic farms and the algae reactors, which run both on electricity and the organic waste. Balancing the high-yield algae against the energy consumption will test your foresight, so overproduce algae and you risk plunging your settlement into darkness. At the start of your journey, most players will rely on coal plants, but then transition into the wind turbines, solar arrays, and finally the geothermal cores. Each new power source will demand specialized engineers and rare material, so diversifying your energy portfolio will prevent catastrophic blackouts during the blizzard. And lastly, we have supply routes, so players will need to implement waypoints for resource haulers, assigning them priority lanes to bypass civilian traffic. Interruptions from the avalanche or the bandit roadblocks will force you to design redundant paths, ensuring at least one safe corridor remains open to critical facilities. Then beyond the basic hunters and the builders, you will want to train the mechanists and climatologists to predict and mitigate extreme weather events. Specialty roles will require unique buildings, like Climatology Tower or the Auto Forge, but they will give you game-changing passive bonuses. Also, we got the training schools, so technical schools and universities will level up your workforce by improving factory output and unlocking mid-tier research. But you will need to watch out because training consumes both time and morale, and you will need to decide between the short-term productivity and long-term gain. And lastly, you will want to create the morale events, so players will get to host winter carnivals, communal feasts, or the storytelling nights around the central heater. A high morale will boost work speed and reduce frostbite risks. However, low morale can spark desertion and riots, so you will need to keep your people happy. Next up, let's take a look at the combat and exploration. Whiteout survival combat system blends real-time tactics with RPG elements, and exploration adds resources and story-driven objectives. You will need to recruit and train soldiers to then use them in fights. However, their squad composition also plays a big role, so you will get to balance fighters, medics and the support units. A mixed team handles wildfire ambushes, but a dedicated raiding party will excel at looting rival camps. You will need to equip thermal rifles, ice grenades and the heat packs. Also, better gear increases your success rate, but devours stockpiles, so this is yet another hard decision that you will have to make. Overall, battles play out in real time, but you can pause to reposition units, set ambushes or trigger special abilities. I really like to use terrain, so frozen rivers, collapsed buildings and other structures to my advantage. And in front of your army we get heroes, so they will bring unique AoE skills, like ice shields or the heat waves, and pairing them up unlocks combo moves, so players will want to level them up in missions to boost their power. Next up we have alliances, PvP and just general multiplayer, which personally for me is my most favorite part about the game. So Whiteout survival really opens up when you team up with others. The alliance system adds a layer of strategy and the social interactions. Players will be able to create an alliance where they assign members as commanders, diplomats or the quartermasters. Commanders will be able to declare war, diplomats can broker peace, and quartermasters will manage the shared stash. Also, for being in Alliance, you will unlock the Tech and Research Lab to get advanced weapon blueprints, get access to new missions, and even get option to use the Alliance market. You'll also want to plan synchronized attacks on resource-rich ice caverns or the monster nests, and successful raids will yield you rare materials like the diamond-infused coal or the reactor cores. Also, a very big part to progress faster is the Alliance market. You'll be able to trade surplus goods with your alliance. High contribution members can earn extra rewards, however inactive players will risk getting removed, so the system encourages active participation from everyone. Then also, this game has PvP tournaments, world bosses and special season events. Whiteout Survival PvP tournament will match you against rival players in a month-long league where every skirmish will count towards your alliance ranking. And as the season's flag drops, you will use the best heroes and the fastest hunters to outmaneuver enemies. But if head-to-head clashes aren't enough to test you, then prepare for the world bosses, because you will get to fight the gargantuan ice leviaths and the twisted nuclear ghouls that awaken during special events, which demand careful coordination and split-second strategy, as your alliance coordinates staggered entries, assign tanks, healers and DPS, and even times at the same time their assaults, to avoid devastating enraged mechanics. Surviving these hard encounters will unlock rare materials and the alliance-wide buffs that upgrade your base against the frozen wasteland. On top of this, we also have special season events, like the Great Blizzard of 25, that plunges solar farms into darkness for days, or the Radiation Eclipse, that spawns mutated beasts with unique loot, where clever preparation and flexible tactics will pay off in powerful rewards and temporary advantages, making each season feel like a brand new experience. Then for one of the last parts, we need to take a look at this game's monetization. I've noticed that Whiteout Survival walks a fine line between the free-to-play and the pay-to-win, so here is my quick breakdown. The Aura Gems are the premium currency, which speed up building, refill the heat generation, and unlock exclusive hero skins, although you will want to use it smartly. Then also there is a Battle Pass, so you will need to complete daily and weekly challenges to earn cosmetics, hero shards and to supply bundles. The higher tier pass will unlock better rewards, but at a steeper price. Then also there is a cool feature called the ad rewards, so you can watch brief ads for small resource packs or the gem catches. Of course, your returns will diminish after a certain number, but this is a good option for free-to-play players. Overall, in my experience, the free players can excel through the smart optimization and active alliance play. But of course, the top leaderboard spots will often belong to the big spenders, who leverage the gem speedups and exclusive bundles. And now in my final conclusions. Whiteout Survival in 2025 stands as a feature-rich survival strategy game. Its deep city building and resource management demand strategic foresight. Its combat and exploration will also keep you on your toes, and its alliance system will transform your basic grinding into a shared social experience. Of course, monetization can tilt the balance, but the passionate and dedicated free-to-play players can often outmaneuver the spenders through the clever planning and the alliance synergy. With the yearly seasonal updates bringing new heroes, environmental dangers and the story arcs, Whiteout Survival remains a fun strategy game that I recommend for everyone to at least try out. So, let me know what you think about this game in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, then you definitely don't want to miss my future videos, where we will be exploring this game much more in depth. So click the screen now and I'll see you in the next one.